Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Thompson. I'm Karen Thompson, a former hospital food service director dietitian, retired family consumer science teacher, and cook. Join us as we travel the world sampling the cuisines of all the nations. Today we're staying here in the US and we're going to be making a favorite of my family and many others, my rendition of meatloaf. I'm going to be making a huge batch. I'm using about 4.5 pounds of meat because some of it I'm taking to a friend. So if you're going to want to do this at home and you don't want to make that much meatloaf, use my measurements, but half of them. So I've got two large onions. These are actually Vidalia sweet onions. I'm going to chop them up and I'm going to saute them. I'm going to take them to a pretty caramelized state. It adds such a rich flavor to your meatloaf. So let's get started. I have my big old cutting board, and I don't know if you can see it, but I always put a damp paper towel down, and that helps keep your board from sliding. I mean, I'm putting some pressure on here, and that board stayed still. Also, you want to use a sharp knife. Sharp knives are much safer than a dull one. So I'm gonna get started. I like to take the top end off and not the root end so that I have something to hang on to. I'm going to peel that outer layer off. I'm just going to toss all this into the sink. Don't run your onion peels down your sink unless you have a husband that's a plumber, and he's probably not going to let you because you can stop them up real quick. So, the onion goes right now in a half moon. I'm going to make slices that cut that. You do not need to do the horizontal cut. We're only going to do vertical cuts, and you're going to see how easily and well these things chop up. See how they're going to be nice and small pieces. So I'll get the rest of the onions chopped. My onions are chopped. I'm going to get them into a pan that I'm putting about a tablespoon. I'm just going to use butter. You can use oil of your choice, but I'm going to use butter. It has a good flavor. You don't want to use a whole lot. Butter and my onions. Let's get these on the stove. While my onions are cooking, I'm going to prep some garlic. Keep in mind, I've got a lot of meat, so I'm going to be using somewhere between 6 and 8 cloves of garlic. These are pretty big, although there's a couple little ones. So I'm just going to mince these finely, and they will go into the onions toward the end of the cooking process. My garlic is all chopped up. I'm going to gather it up, set it aside. I'm also going to go add about a teaspoon of salt to my onions, stir it around. That'll help draw out some of the moisture to cook off and get them to caramelize a little faster. While the onions are sauteing, let's get everything else ready. I've got a very large mixing bowl, and in it I have 36 crackers. Mind you, you want to make half a recipe, 18. And I'm just going to crunch these up. All right, to my crackers, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of milk, making a tamponade. This will help keep everything nice and moist. I'm also going to add 2 eggs. Don't put your shells down the garbage disposal. And I'm just going to mix this up. Try to get all that crackers kind of into a, I don't want it to be watery wet, but I want them to be a little bit damp. So can you see how it's not watery by any means, it's just getting soft. To this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 2 large rounded tablespoons of seasoning. One of my personal pet peeves is when people say, oh, and use whatever, season it up how you like. I'm telling you how I do it, and this is it. I use 2 rounded tablespoons of McCormick, this one is mesquite, grill seasoning. I've also used the other Grill Mate seasoning. They're all good. This time I happened to buy mesquite. I lived in Texas for a lot of years. We had a lot of mesquite trees out on the ranch. Really like it. This is what I use. It's going to give it a little bit of a barbecue flair. So this is 2 rounded tablespoons. Stir that in. And I'm also going to add, I just put it all in the same cup. I've got half a cup of ketchup, 1/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce. I'm using Casey Masterpiece, and about 2 teaspoons of mustard. And I'm going to add this. You want to get all of that out. Then all I have left is my meat. I'm using 85% lean ground beef. I've got, let's see, 2.5 pounds of beef that I'm going to put in there. And I'm also using ground pork loin. If you've watched my other videos, I talk about how I love using ground pork loin. I get it on sale. Last time I think I paid $1.67 for it. Look how lean that is. Very, very little fat in it. Adds a super nice flavor, and it's so much cheaper. So that's about 1.5 pounds. So I'm looking at right at 4 pounds of meat for all of this. I am not going to mix it yet until my onions go in, for the simple reason you can overmix beef, and we don't want to do that. I don't want tough meatloaf. And the beef fibers, the proteins in there, rearrange themselves such that it becomes tough. So waiting for the onions to caramelize, I can hear that all the water has gone out of them. So I'm going to, do that, and we'll add that. While we're patiently not waiting for the onions to caramelize, let's make the glaze for the top. I'm going to put brown sugar. Notice I put bread in there because my brown sugar was clumping. Now it's not. Works like a charm. I'm going to use roughly half a cup of brown sugar. I usually buy dark brown sugar. I like it for the molasses flavor. It's just a stronger flavor. So I've got somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Yes, I know it's a lot, but this is making a lot of meatloaf. To this, I'm going to add ketchup and a tiny bit of barbecue sauce. My onions are caramelized. I have added the garlic, sauteed for maybe 30 seconds. Took it off heat. I'm just stirring it, trying to cool it down a little bit. I'm going to finish my sauce while this cools down. All right, so I have my roughly 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and I'm going to use at least all that ketchup. There is probably 2/3 of a cup. And a small amount. I don't want to go crazy with the barbecue sauce. It'll overpower it. Maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons. Closer to 1. And I'm just going to mix this up. And this will go on the top of both of our meatloaves. There, sauce. All right, take off the watch. I'm going to go ahead and add my caramelized onions. All those onions have really concentrated down, and the caramelization just adds such a wonderful flavor. I can't tell you how much better your meatloaf is if you will take the time to take this extra step. It really makes a big difference. All right, then we're going to take our clean hands and get in there and mix it up. Let's try to get all of this mixture thoroughly incorporated without over mixing. All right, it is thoroughly combined. I'm going to visually cut it in half, and I'm going to put half of it in this pan, form it into a loaf. I'm going to save the rest to cook tomorrow to take to my friend. So let me get roughly half of this. All right, it's in a loaf, but something that I like to do is I kind of build a little wall all around the outside edge so that I can put that glaze on it and not have it run outside the and down into the pan. I like to have it stick on top. Let's glaze it. Just going to add this to the top, roughly half of it. And this is going into a 350-degree oven for approximately an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30. I like my meatloaf a little more on the done side. I'll let you know the time when we get there, but that's it. 1 hour and 15 minutes, and check out this meatloaf. Does that not look amazing? I let it rest for, I don't know, 10 minutes, took it out of the pan, and now we get to try it. My absolute favorite piece, the end piece. Good. No big chunks of onion because of all the caramelization we did. Let's give it a try. Perfect seasoning, in my opinion. A little bit of a barbecue taste to it, but I wouldn't call it barbecued meatloaf. It's just amazing. Makes the best sandwiches. My family fights for the leftovers. Well, used to have to hide them to keep it because we love it so much. I think your family will like it too. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Cooking with Mrs. Thompson, Facebook, YouTube, working on the others. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye-bye.